Hey everyone, I have a project for you today. It is going to involve some cutting, so I hope you have some scissors on the ready, some gluing, so if you have a glue stick, it's great. And if you have colored pencils, they would be nice to use here because they show up pretty nice on any sort of dark paper. If not, a pencil will work fine. Sometimes crayons work okay on this dark paper, but a lot of times you need a special type of crayon called a construction paper crayon. So those are a little brighter. If you don't have all the supplies, it's okay. I think you can still make it work. But one thing you are going to need in the paper department is you're going to need 4 pieces of white paper, printer paper, and 2 any sort of dark paper. So you could get creative here. You could use some tissue paper if you have some, that might work okay. I haven't tried it with tissue paper, but I assume it would work just fine. Just be a little trickier to glue. You could use part of maybe a box. If it's thin enough cardboard, that might work okay. Or maybe a bag from shopping, or maybe a brown paper bag could work okay here. But what you really want to do before you get started is, I've already done this, but you want to cut down your paper to the size of your white paper. So you want to have it be the same size as your white paper, and you want 2 dark ones, 4 white ones. So I'm just going to use 1 white for right now. I'm going to put the others aside. With the dark ones, what you're going to want to do with these is you want to fold them in half. So carefully fold that paper in half. If you need a parent to help you with this part, or someone in your family who's a little bit older, that's fine too. I need help sometimes and I ask for it. So that should be folded in half, should have a nice fold in the middle. The best closest fold you can get is going to help the most of this project. So same with this one, I want to fold it in half. What we're going to end up making is, we've talked a lot about symmetry with some of our projects. Symmetry is when something mirrors itself on the other side, it looks the same. So this is kind of a strange type of symmetry that we're going to create today. We're going to make some very cool designs that you can hang up. Hopefully 4 of them, if you have 4 of these white sheets. So after you've folded the 2 dark ones, very steadily with a pair of scissors, I'll try and cut right down that line. I'm never perfect at this, but the slower I go, the better my results. Same with this one. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to use one of these dark papers on one of these bigger white papers to create a design. Now it can be a symmetrical design. It will end up looking the same on one side as the other, but it'll be a little different. So I'm going to come up with a design, and what I want to do is I want to start somewhere on this side, the side closest to the white paper, and I want to make some sort of a design, not too complicated, something I'll be able to follow with my scissors, and I want it to connect to the same side. So that's really important. You can see I swerved around here. I missed this wall. I missed the far wall. I kept going and going and going. I missed this wall. I didn't touch it. And then I came back out on the side that I started on. That's really important. I'll show you why in a minute. So with your scissors, you're going to cut along this edge here. Be really careful. Honestly, if you have some smaller scissors at home, that might be easier than these big clunky ones I'm using. Rotate the paper carefully, like this. If you have a white pencil to use to trace with, that's a plus, because the white will kind of blend in with the paper. It'll be easy to see. I snip right to the edge. There we go. And now I have one design here, and I'm going to line it up right with the edge of the paper. And I have one design that was cut out right here. Now what to do with it to make it look symmetrical and interesting, I find, is you want to flip it just like this, and then line it up as best you can with these two edges where it came out. We want to stick both of these down. So actually I'm going to put my scissors right on top of here for now. This one's going to get in the way, so I'm going to move it aside. I'll stick the one with the flat sides first because it's easy for me to line all these flat sides up with the edge of my white paper. So I'm going to glue the edges here. You don't need to glue the whole sheet, but the edges are helpful. Maybe right around the inside edge too. There we go. I'm going to line it up on the corner. Might get a little glue on your fingers. Stick it down. You can smooth it with your hand. If it needs a little extra glue, you can add a little extra glue. Stick it down a little more if some parts are peeking up, like these little corners here. And usually your glue will turn clear over time, so don't worry if it's got a little smudge or smear. Now I want to line this up again, and I don't want to put glue on this side because this is the side I want to show, so I'm going to put glue on this side just like I did before, like that. Okay. So rub it down. You could put a heavy book on it to flatten it out. Remember to get those little edges. Don't forget them. That one looks good to go. Now with the other ones, I'm going to zip through them a little bit quicker. And I'm not going to draw. So that's an option too. If you feel confident, you can cut in one side and out the other, or out the same side you came in without hitting those walls. Go right ahead. It's actually kind of a fun little cutting exercise. See how much control you have. And hopefully your pictures will all come out differently. So this one lines up here. This side would line up like that. And that's a pretty cool design too. I'll set that aside and I'll glue them all at once. It's the same here. Gonna come in one side. Avoid the walls with my scissors. Again, I think your smaller scissors will do pretty well here. Turn that page just like that. So that'll fit there. This will fit here. That looks pretty nice too. And let's do the last one. So this one I'm thinking some nice straight lines would be nice. I've used a lot of curvy ones, so maybe I want to do one with more straight lines. Zigzaggy. There we go. In one side, out the same side. Got my other sheet of paper. And I'm just going to glue those three. Go right around the edges. inside and out. Like that. Line it up to the corners. Remember, always do the one that was the outside first, because you can line it right up with the edge of the page. I didn't quite get the bottom there. That's alright. I can trim a little paper off if I don't like it. Make sure that's the mirror image, right? So it looks like it came right out of this side and flipped. That's important. So I'll glue the other side. Again, my purple glue will disappear soon. I usually get kind of messy when I make anyway. So I've got this one's done. Let's do this one. Don't turn off the video yet, because I'm going to show you one more trick you can do. Stay tuned for the end. You know, I always like adding faces to things. Line that up so it looks like the mirror image. Smooth it down. Got that one all set. And then my last one here. Oops. Start with the rectangular shape, the outside. Go around. Go around. Like that. Line it up to the edges, like that. And do the same with this one. I'm getting a little sloppier with my glue, but that's okay. As long as you clean up after yourself. Alright, smooth that one down. So again, my purple glue will dry. But now I have 4 different pieces here, and I could either hang them like this. I really like the way they look next to each other. You could even flip one like that. You could flip it over, depending on how you like it. But I think they look pretty nice all next to each other. So you could hang those up somewhere. Or what you could do is, like I said, I like adding faces to things. So maybe you want to pick one that kind of looks like a face. I think this one looks kind of like a face to me. It's got some horns, some big ears here. So colored pencils, that colored pencil is too sharp, so it broke a couple times. But colored pencils are pretty good for drawing on top of dark paper. So maybe I make a couple of ears there, kind of like we did in our last exercise. Maybe I do one thing on one side, one thing on the other for that symmetry. With the horns, it looks like this could be kind of an angry creature. So I feel like maybe an angry eyebrow would be good here. And maybe it's a kind of an ogre creature. It's my go-to. Now it looks the same on both sides. You could keep adding to it. You can do different colors too. I just wanted to show you what it looks like with a dark and a light color. But I know your creativity is going to fly, so hopefully you can come up with your own unique way of doing this. I hope your masterpieces look great. Show them to me on Flipgrid. You can just find my page on Schoology and throw up a little video message on Flipgrid, and I would be happy to see your artwork. I miss you all. I hope you're doing well, and I'll catch you next time.